Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you guys for joining. Today is exciting because we're talking about energy, and I love energy, and the best thing about it is everything is energy, like literally everything. So we're going to talk about energy and how it is healthy to move energy out of our space, especially energy that is kind of holding us back, blocking our manifestations, energy that we don't need anymore. We want to clear it out to make room for what we are manifesting and just welcome in the new. So I'm going to share my favorite ways to clear out energy without being super overwhelming, super time consuming, and hopefully for you to just kind of find what works best for you. So if that's what you're interested in, then go ahead and keep watching and let's get into it. Okay, first things first. As I said, everything is energy. So the most important thing behind all of these is your intention. You can do the simplest tasks, and when you think about your intention behind it, that's really gonna power what energy goes into that, and how you're actually moving the energy has to do with your intentions. So be mindful of that, and just know if you're not in the mental space to have good intentions with it, it's okay. You don't need to worry about it. It's like you don't need to stress about, I need to go move this energy so I can manifest this. Like, that's not gonna help pressuring yourself to do it. So remember intentions. The other thing is you have no need to do all of these. You can try some out, see what feels good to you, but there's no need to do all of them. Like, one of them is gonna work. And again, this is really going to help you move the energy that's no longer serving you, kind of get it out of your space, so you can welcome in the new, and it's really going to help with your manifestation. So if you haven't been really manifesting anything, or you think things are kind of slowing down, this is going to be a great video for you to figure out like what else you can do to help move some of the energy out to make space for the new. So first is declutter. I'm sure we all have clutter around our house. So moving physical items that are no longer serving you, or getting rid of them, donating them, whatever it may be, is really gonna like physically take energy out of your space. And it's gonna like kind of just take it out of the air, and it's gonna shift energy in your house. So it's gonna naturally shift the energy that you're absorbing every day. So you could clean out a closet, clean out a drawer. Very simple. Like, it could be your junk drawer. Just go through it. What can you get rid of? That's going to kind of get this flow of energy, and throwing out things is a very good way of getting rid of the energy that's no longer serving you, because it's like your body's confirmation, like you are throwing this away, so you are giving yourself permission to get rid of some of that energy. Now, you can also declutter your electronic devices. I do this through email, through my social media, contacts, like getting rid of contacts that like you have not talked to in years is something very simple. But our phone, since we're on it so much, it holds a lot of energy. There's so much, like, you're connected to other people through it. You're like notified all the time through it. So it does bring a lot of energy to you. So that's one of my favorite things to do, and kind of like declutter, is like getting my apps all organized, going through my social media. I unfollow people who, like, one, I don't like everything, like I don't care about the things that they're sharing. Not that I don't care about them, or not that I don't think they're a really cool person, but I just don't need to see what they're sharing all the time. This is very good for empaths too. Like, if you take on a lot of emotion, like, you probably don't want to follow all the news stations, or you don't want to follow all these people that share a bunch of the news. And you can unfollow or like mute, like you don't have to like unfriend them or anything, but clean out your social media. I like to delete old emails. It's a really simple task that I like to do when I just kind of feel like the energy is heavy. I'll delete my emails. So there's multiple ways you can declutter. It could be your physical space. It could be on your phone. It could be like your purse. Your car is a good thing to declutter. And so just think of different ways that you can kind of shift things around to kind of get energy moving. You don't even have to necessarily delete things. Just moving things, organizing things will also help start getting that energy moving. One of the other ways I love moving energy and actually releasing energy that is not mine or no longer serving me is moving my body. And I don't mean you have to go do a workout. It could mean that, but you don't have to. It could just mean like dancing around or jumping around or doing cartwheels or doing whatever type of movement you want to do. It could be spinning around in circles. And if you put this intention behind it that you are like letting the energy out that is not yours or no longer serving you, and you just kind of like, sometimes I will talk myself like, I am doing this to let go of all this energy. I'm letting the energy flow out of me. And you don't have to say that, but if you have that intention, go into your workout with that intention. You don't have to add an extra step to your day. If you're somebody who works out, like, go into that workout or 5 minutes of your workout, think about that and have that intention behind it, because it's a very powerful thing and it actually helps you connect back to your body and identify with what's yours. So, huge way of clearing out energy, especially if you've been holding on to some things. Moving your body is actually probably my number one recommendation, because it's one that I do every single day. Even on days that I don't work out, I make sure I move my body and I have that intention that I am shifting energy, moving out what I don't need anymore so I can make space for new. Another thing that I like to do, I don't do this all the time, I do this probably like once a month, is taking like an inventory of everything that I'm putting my energy into. This might seem like a little bit of a tedious task, but I guarantee it's worth it. Do it every so often. You will thank me later. Write down everything that you put your energy into. This is the conversations you have. I do like a week. Like, I'll do my everyday things. I'll write those down. Like, I make coffee and I journal and I speak out my manifestations, like everything that I do. I'll write out my daily ones, and then I'll write out like things that I do like a few times a week, like whether it's going to the grocery store. This was something that I noticed when I did this type of inventory, was I went to the grocery store a ton. So that encouraged me to make lists and plan my meals a little bit better, so that way I don't go to the store every single day, because that takes up a lot of energy and I'm spending energy just being around other people, and depending on when you go, it could be hectic, it could be stressful. So taking an energy inventory of everything that you put your energy into, seeing where you can get rid of things, seeing where you can kind of work on how can I save energy, like not going to the store as much, or can I ask for help for certain things that I tend to do, or like leave until the end of the week and then it's like taking up a lot of my energy. So I do about a week span, but I do it once a month or so. And then, the more you do it, the easier like the tasks are going to come to you. It's not going to be so much of like a write down mental process. Like it becomes more of a mental process. And it's like, you kind of see where you're putting a lot of energy, and you see where you can kind of balance that out. And shifting that energy is going to make space for new. I gotta get a drink. It is so good. I've been so into tea lately. Okay, a couple other things that I love just kind of experimenting with. It's not something I do all the time, but one thing you can do is follow the phases of the moon. And writing down your intentions, creating your own rituals. Like, I love seeing what other people are doing. I love reading what like the moon is best for at that time. But I like creating my own rituals and having those intentions behind it of moving the energy and shifting energy and releasing energy that's not mine or no longer serving me, so I'm welcoming in the new. I follow the moon cycles and like really, I feel like I'm in tune with the moon as well, so that probably helps me a little bit, but this is something you can learn and something you can expand on. And like, we just had the full moon, and now is a time where we can like shed and we can release, just like the moon is like kind of it's getting smaller right now. So it's that time to let go, and the intention behind it is to really let go of things so you can welcome in new. You're making space for new. So if you follow the moon phases, you can have moon water, you can use crystals, you can do all kinds of things with the moon. It's just really up to you. But getting in tune with the moon and really educating yourself on how the energy of the moon can help you release is going to be something good. And let me know if that's something you're interested in, because I could do a whole video on that. like when you work with the moon phases, there will be times where it's easier to kind of let go and release things. So other things is essential oils and crystals. So if you haven't worked with crystals, crystals are so powerful. Everything is energy, right? So there's energy inside the crystals, and each crystal has its own unique power, essentially. And it's really fun working with them. I enjoy it. I've always been kind of a crystal stone person. Like, I was a kid digging in rocks and everything rocks, crystals, stones, I just love. So education on crystals and what crystals can help clear energy. There's a lot of healing crystals that people will use, like to like just, you know, wave over their body, and it really helps shift energy. You can do it with your intention setting. You can do it with your moon rituals. You can like put your phone on different crystals at night to help kind of block that energy and keep that energy at bay. And there's just so much. That's, again, a whole nother video in itself, but looking into crystals is a good way to help you shift, move energy. There's also crystal healers. So check locally to see if there's anyone in your area who has that expertise, and they can help really shift. The same with like Reiki. That's energy movement, right? We're moving energy in and out of or like throughout our body and clearing some out. Great way to do that as well. I said essential oils. What I love is making my own kind of sprays, and I'll spray them in the room, and it really helps clear out the room. People can spray them on their body, like it's like a perfume too, so I can spray it on my body. Essential oils are fun. You can look up different combinations and like what their intentions are. So tonight I just put frankincense in my diffuser. It really helps with spirituality and just kind of connecting with yourself and your own intuition. So I really like putting that in my diffuser when I'm wanting to work or just kind of like get in the groove of like readings. Another way I love clearing out energy, especially from myself, you pick up energy throughout the day. I love tapping. So it's EFT tapping. I'm not going to go into detail about exactly what it is, but essentially you talk through what you're currently believing and what you feel during certain things. And then you remind yourself what it is that you truly believe, and you're tapping different parts of your body as you're saying these things, and it really helps clear out some energy that you might be holding on to. I always feel like a release with this system. And other times I have tried like breath work and meditation. These are all ways to kind of clear out what you're holding on to in your body, and they're kind of quick and easy ways. Like tapping you can do anywhere, and you don't have to master it, right? You just have to understand how it kind of works. And again, it goes back to that intention. And I mentioned meditation. I have great recommendations for an app called Insight Timer. Meditation doesn't have to be overwhelming for you, and if that's not something that you think you can do, then obviously just don't do it. But it is a good way to kind of clear out that energy. You can do it in meditation. And breath work, I mentioned, if you haven't heard of breath work before, I suggest you just kind of look it up, and but it essentially ties you back to your body. And oftentimes when we're holding on to other energy or just like stagnant energy, using our breath to help get it moving and flowing and actually essentially like out of us is one way. Our breath is that powerful. So just a couple more things that you can add to kind of choose from. I love having a variety of things to choose from because I'm never I don't usually do the same thing every single day. So I like being able to kind of pick and choose. I would say I could go on and on about this because energy is literally everything. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. So like I said, always go back to your intentions. If you are wanting to manifest, if that is your intention, you will not be manifesting if you don't make room for the new. So I welcome you to try out some of these things. Let me know below what works for you, or if you have other suggestions, also share those because I love trying new things. Again, just remember, you don't have to try all of these. Just try what feels good to you right now and see how it goes, see how it feels. But I would say, like, energy, we could have a whole video on energy too, but energy likes to stick around if you don't think about having that intention of moving it. So if you haven't done this yet, it might take a few things, right? It might take a couple times decluttering. It might take you a few times moving throughout your body to feel energy actually moving. And you know, you don't have to have this conscious awareness of it, but it's the intention behind it that's really going to allow things to shift and move around you. So if you are new to this, just be patient and know that this just becomes kind of like a practice, because you know that everything that you're wanting to manifest can come to you as long as you are willing to change and shift and transform when you're called to. So doing some of these daily practices or weekly practices even is just going to amplify that. It's going to help you, and it's really going to add to your manifestation practice. So again, thank you for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you enjoyed this type of video, and don't forget to subscribe. That's important. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you next time. Bye.